Oh, my mini guy was already here. Whoops.
Yeah, I think he just stays out. I've got a horrible freak monster for mine. Yeep. Okay, I
Oh,
think
yeah,
I've
there's the
got...
dragon everyone's using.
Oh, right. I forgot. The last time we did this, somebody dumped a shit ton of dyes on me.
Nah. And then you dumped a bunch of them on me, and then I dumped them back on random names I saw in chat. It was an exciting time for all of us, honestly. I remember this place. This is where I spent all my time when I played this game, because I had a char.
Right. Yep. Starting area for the char. Ah, did I just receive mail?
You did.
It's a pretty neat zone.
I suppose half of these.
And from here we're going to...
We're heading
We're going
north.
up here. Yep.
Uh,
Please don't send me
did you
any more.
Fine, I'll salvage the rest.
Plateau, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
there it
you
is.
can
I
send
found
me
it on the
more,
map.
just not on this character,
Nah,
because this character is already overburdened.
it's... you don't have to open the mail.
I know. I actually haven't claimed the things
Then
from
don't.
the mail.
And because I'm overburdened.
Although you do have to open a little bit, because it does max out.
Yeah.
And then you just, presumably you start losing
Yeah.
your mail at that point or something?
Well, now I'm being suppressed for excessive messaging. Okay, I'll salvage the rest.
How
Because
dare
apparently
you.
you get pigment,
You-
which is cool.
You gold farmer, you.
Mmm.
Alright, we probably want to talk with this lady.
Alright, I've got like a billion things that I don't even
This
know.
region, the loading screen for this region kind of makes it look like Pyre. Oh, tiny char. Which of course are just downscaled char models.
Those are the children.
Yeah, I guess they really didn't change anything about them. They
Yeah,
really
those
are
are
just
cubs.
downscaled. Yeah,
It's nice
I
to
mean,
see.
Pretty standard for MMOs. Children, aka small monsters.
trying to remember. There was one MMO where it like had a bearded child because they just had like randomly generated.
It's pretty much always
Appearances.
just the humans that actually get a different model for being young.
Yeah.
And then most other characters in MMOs just have like a micro version of themselves, especially if they're beast races.
Yeah, in World of Warcraft, they actually had proper children, but the problem was the children had huge heads, so it looks kind of weird.
I'm a proper child. Okay. I have so much garbage. Why do I have so much garbage?
Hadar Grindax sounds a lot like Rex.
Yeah,
Like a lot like Rex. Like maybe the actually played by Rex.
yeah.
Are you played by Rex, Padar Grindax? You can tell me.
There's a lot
Listen,
of
I got you through that whole series alive.
dude, there are so many voice actors that well, there's so many characters in this game voice acted by like a very small number of people, and it's getting uncomfortable.
No game can ever do it as badly as Oblivion.
This is true. Well, they
Why,
had
do they have
they only
five
had like
people voice
20
acting
people voice acting
most
it or
of the
something
class?
really ridiculous like that. Like it was a tiny amount for the amount of people and lines there were in the game.
Oblivion has straight up, like, brutally tiny cast. I got very, very, very familiar with that one woman with the deep voice that plays a lot of, like, night elves and stuff like that. Or, I mean, whatever they're called in that game. Whatever they call drow people in those games.
Dark elves, Dunmer. No,
Dunmer.
whoa,
It was
Yeah.
I believe it was Dunmer.
But there's one woman that just speaks with a deep tone, and oh my goodness, you have to get these rats out of my cellar, and stuff like that. And I must have encountered her 150 times over the course of the game. I'm like, oh my god, it's always the same voice actor.
So
I guess we can start hitting the first thing. Cause
Yeah, might as well
yeah, you
start
guys
caught
can
up
get
anyway.
started. Yeah, I will get there. Gang Squad will show up at some point.
We hit disarm mines, gather scrap metal, defeat separatists. What's the button again for, oh, there it is. Control. I need to remind myself how to interact with things.
I actually had a one of those like moments where you're just like, wait, that's the voice actor? Last night I found out that there was like a random child in Persona 5 that is like one of your personal links. And I was talking to
But
the
those
child.
are separatists right here. I'm just standing in front of
I've
them.
got what you need.
Are they going to turn red at any moment?
They might.
Um,
You might have to talk to them too. But so I ran across
No, I
this
can't talk with
child, and it sounded exactly like Laharl from the Disgaea games, and I was like, it's gotta be, right? And for whatever reason, the page I was looking at did not actually say that the woman that voiced this child was also the voice for Laharl, but it did say that she was the voice for, well, not voice, she was the actress for Rita Repulsa. And it kind of blew my mind, because I was just like, wait a second. I guess I'm not used to actors that have actually, like...
I think the separatists are orked. They're just standing here.
even she would just be a voice actor, wouldn't she?
Well, no, for...
Do you see these
Wasn't
separatists?
Wasn't Rita
Really?
Repulsa played by a Japanese actress, but then voice acted over in English?
No,
Yeah. Yeah, she was.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd swear that was... Huh.
Because all of the scenes in Power Rangers, except for the ones that have the actual teenagers, are all from the Japanese show.
Okay, I gotta go look at this now, because she looks like Rita Repulsa, which I guess makes sense.
That's why her voice never fit her face, was because, or even didn't fit her lips particularly, is because they just dubbed other words over her.
Kill them all.
Oh, there they go. They killed them all.
Now the attack's happening.
Oh, I
Because
see.
You're right.
She
You
was
are
originally
one...
speaking Japanese in the original version.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I just looked at the face and I'm like, nope, that very much is not Barbara
Not Rita
Goodson.
Repulsa.
That is not her face.
Everything about Power Rangers is really fascinating, except for the part where you try to watch it.
Hey, I watched
My-
10
my-
seasons of that.
Yeah, we all did as kids.
Yeah, when our
Nowadays,
standards...
it's a rather simplistic show to try to put yourself through. It's always like, we're kids at school and we have really minor problems, but they're weirdly tied into this monster problem. Here comes a monster. It's morphin' time. Oh no, it's not quite big enough. Called in the Zords. We kicked the shit out of it. It's
Yep.
over now. Next episode.
Oh,
Rinse,
but and then
repeat.
sometimes,
Remember
Yeah,
that one time they had to battle gambling addiction?
what? No, I don't remember
was-
that one.
That was one of the most obvious moments of like, oh, this is a Japanese show. Is when the
Oh, it was like gotcha
it's-
or whatever.
they had to fight. No, they had to fight. They fought a pachinko machine monster, and Jason was addicted to pachinko. And I'm like, I don't know what pachinko is because I'm a Californian. I'm like, what's
Yeah.
going on? And it's because pachinko's a big deal in Japan, so they had a pachinko machine monster, and they just had to unironically stick with it because like the rest of the episode was gonna have a giant pachinko machine that they fight, so they had to use it for all the high school scenes too, even though that meant somehow injecting a pachinko machine into the story.
I think my favorite
most-
seasons were Power Rangers in Space, Wild Force, probably, and I mean the SPD one was interesting.
My objective is...
Not SPD.
Whoa, that's a big group.
Oh,
My
yep.
objective here is to disarm mines, but I'm just picking up the mines and putting them back down.
That's
Yeah.
what I've been doing lately too. It's weird.
I mean, I
Kinda
just
messed
run at
up.
these separatist groups with my hammers, and I'm like, alright, this works.
I haven't really been finding groups.
Uh,
Is that a guild here? There's like a guild here, I think.
no? I mean,
Oh,
there's a
never
couple
mind.
of... There's a
There's
couple
just
of
a bunch
people.
obscure... Yeah, there's a bunch of random people that I was recognizing different tags, so I thought it might be a guild, but I realized none of them match.
Yay! See, I got up to level 30 right now.
Yeah, the murder horde is starting to get here. Okay, so we do have a guild race. We're gonna need at least 5 people. I figure we do it in about an hour.
Yeah.
But it's somewhere around here, and that'll be fun.
Oh, we still have to assist the Blood Legion on the road.
One of the weirdest choices was when they introduced a child in Season 2. The
Yeah.
child would just magically morph into an adult whenever he was, whenever they morphed, because there was no child in the Japanese show that it was being ripped from.
Yeah, it's like how the Yellow Ranger was
A guy.
a guy in...
Yeah, so that's why the Yellow Ranger didn't have a skirt, but the Pink Ranger did.
Yeah, and also why the Yellow Ranger barely ever fought comparatively like they cut a lot of the Yellow Rangers fight scenes because it got super obvious. So when I worked at the game studio that the one time I had a job, I have a wealth of experiences there. One of the guys was a super huge like fanboy for Power Rangers and Sentai and stuff, and so like every day he would just be watching reruns of old Sentai shows, Power Rangers or otherwise, while working on Power Rangers games. It was kind of his dream job, which blew my mind. But he just one day got real drunk and started telling people facts about the Sentai shows that he watched over IM. And eventually the CEO had to step in and was like, okay, I know we work on these things, but I don't care anymore. No one cares. Please stop. And he's like, but it's interesting.
The caring has ceased. A fun experiment is just to look up the same episode of Power Rangers on YouTube for the Japanese show and the American show, and then just play them at the same time.
What was the Hilarabad Sentai show that we had Birdwatch that one time?
I don't remember. I never knew what it was in the first place.
Yeah, I remember Bird and I watched like the first episode together, and it was a magic train wreck.
Was it Kamen Rider or something?
No, this is like way worse. It was like a blue and red guy with a motorcycle. And
we could only afford 2 colors.
Yeah, but he was supposed to be kind of like this weird robot man. God, I don't remember. Maybe Bird would. I'm sure Andrew would probably remember if we asked him. Because I think he was the one that sent us down that crazy rabbit hole.
I've been getting a lot of use out of his out of linking his My Anime list over and over again to people.
For what?
Whenever we criticize an anime related thing, they're always like, "You guys just decided not to like this preemptively because it's anime and you hate anime." So I'm like, I link his anime list profile where he's watched to completion 350 different anime shows.
Whoa.
It's like, no, that's not the issue. You're gonna have to come up with a better excuse now, like maybe addressing our points instead of trying to subvert them by saying that our opinions are invalid because anime is not for us or something. Because anime is literally all he does. There's no Andrew left if you take away the anime.
Yeah, well, I mean...
all that he has left is like a leg and smoking.
Yeah, lung cancer and some kind of horrible looking...
Seething hatred.
Yeah. Yeah. General lack of will to live apart from anime.
If you take away his anime, all that's left is tobacco and rage.
Yeah.
Most of the anime I grew up with were either aired on 4Kids or were things that I had been able to borrow from the library.
The first several anime shows I watched were all taken away rather rapidly by my mom. Because she had made the mistake of allowing us to rent various things without any supervision. It's like, it's a cartoon. Cartoons are for kids, right?
Yeah.
So, like, we got a lot past her over the years because she thought all cartoons and all video games were exclusively made for children.
We definitely picked up a couple of anime that we probably shouldn't have. Like, I'm gonna say Ghost in the Shell, when I was 8 years old was maybe a bit of a weird choice.
I had Tenchi Muyo when I was around that age.
Oh, yeah, I think
Tenchi Muyo and Dead or Alive.
I think I was 10 when I saw.
Combo.
I think I saw the Tenchi Muyo movie, which was real confusing because I guess it fit into the plot somehow, because it more or less just immediately threw us into this kind of weird Star Wars scenario, and I was just like, am I supposed to know these people from somewhere? And my dad like had no answers for me. He's like, no, this is just what they had. This must be it. And I'm like, I don't believe you, but okay.
No, this is just in media res storytelling. It's very avant-garde. The secret is we tell you nothing about the story, and then the credits roll at the end.
Shit, we still need to like organize a group watching of ghost stories.
Ghost stories?
Yeah, it's an anime where they didn't have. About? Okay. I think I might have mentioned this to Bird. Maybe not.
Like, I was like, we've talked about a lot of group watching ideas. This is the first time I've heard of this one, I think.
Okay, so Ghost Stories is an anime that...
Oh yeah, your guild leveled up, I guess. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. But so it's an anime where they actually ran out of budget. They had just enough budget to hire voice actors for the like English release of it.
Okay.
But they didn't have enough to translate it.
Oh.
So the voice actors were told to literally say anything because it had already bombed in Japan. So they're just
like it's like Pizza Mice or whatever it's called, where they just made up their own story.
They made up their own story with the image. Oh gosh.
Is that what it's called? Pizza.
Maybe.
Pizza Ninjas. Ninja
Oh,
Mice?
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Yeah.
That's the one where they just made up their own story and they basically did Dragon Ball Z abridged essentially. Like they did a Team 4-star, but it was officially an official production.
I never actually heard about that one. I had heard about Samurai Pizza Cats, but I'd never actually like.
Yeah, it just straight up is not the source material. Like they just redubbed it with whatever and also re-edited it. So it is like Team 4-star straight up.
And then there's the anime where the anime itself is produced more swiftly than the manga is, and then it's like, okay.
I hate it when that happens, because then you end up with like
2 alternate storylines, like Full Metal Alchemist.
The thing is,
right?
it actually tends to screw up the manga
or Attack
beforehand.
on Titan now.
Yeah.
Oh, really? They did branch off? Huh.
Yeah, because you have this like huge demand, but you don't have enough source material to go off of, so they just make something up, and then hope it's close. I guess also,
although, according to a lot of people, it seems to be an improvement to diverge from the actual source material of Attack on Titan.
But do
People
they
don't have
still
very high opinions of the manga.
But do they still employ the same main characters, or do they go off of like a branching storyline?
I mean, it's like Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, okay, so they still.
Where you're like, well, here's where the story is so far. Let's use this existing cast and what would reasonably happen and make that the story.
Yeah, Full Metal Alchemist did it really well though. There's like other ones.
Really well.
Yeah, there's like a lot of other ones like.
Actually, it's like you're not supposed to do this, but I prefer the original.
Oh no, I do too. I actually have never finished Brotherhood because I can't deal with the changes because I feel like the
voice actor for Alphonse was different.
Well, it's not even that though. Like
actually, they had an actress rather than an actor.
The
One
writing
thing that bugged me is that the whole Chimera early thing is basically what got me into anime, like just in general. That was when I realized, oh, anime can be more interesting than the punching people power level shows.
Yeah.
So like doing that sequence right matters to me, and Brotherhood skips it basically. They get it over with in like 15 minutes. I'm like, what? Like the entire storyline like starts and ends within 15 minutes because they went as fast as possible.
Yeah, because
they were supposedly trying to skip through all the stuff that was covered by the last anime already.
Yep.
But it
Which
was like
kind of
really
made
not
sense,
great.
but it made it feel really, really odd. Wait.
Why are we in here?
There was an item or something, I think.
This event has a 12-minute.
I mean, I'm honestly kind of just hugging the wall and looking for things because I don't have an explored map yet.
Oh no, it's not a 12-minute time limit. I got real worried.
I didn't really realize how many people were following me. Holy shit.
Oh, you've got.
Oh wait, those are my summons.
Yep.
The summons have your guild tag, and it's very confusing because it makes it look like you have a bunch of friends. Even her pet has the guild tag on it.
Yeah, keep track of them. I don't know.
For me, characters often are more important to me than plot in a storyline. And so the strength of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is that it sticks with the same cast for most of the story.
Yeah.
I mean the original, the first Fullmetal Alchemist adaptation.
Yeah, the second one adds a lot more.
You hit like episode 13 or 15 or wherever the diverging point is, and like half the cast dies, and then like 10 new people are invented out of thin air, and it's like
what? They have like this kind of faux Asian country
that here's Chinese people, and now we killed Lust, and now we killed other characters. I'm like, no, those characters mattered. They were important. How are they dead at like the beginning of the story? Which is like, I'm sure that's, I understand it was the source material, but it's too jarring to switch back at that point.
You should do the event in this town. That'd be good. Actually, where are you, Wander?
I'm still back in the ghost area. There was an event.
Oh.
I liked some of the stuff they did with like Lust and Scar and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think in general both were good. I don't know. It's been so many years since I've seen Full Metal Alchemist too. Like that is actually a serious problem for me. I don't remember
there's moments where I
them
can't
that
tell
well.
what happened in which.
Yeah.
Like in one of them, one of the homunculi comes back as their mom, which
Yes.
makes sense because that's supposed to be how homunculus are made.
That's
But I don't know-
that's the original one.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, isn't it? That it would only happen in the original, but you'd think
I
it would
believe
happen
so,
in,
yeah.
You'd think it would happen in the source material because it's so logical of a conclusion of what to happen with the story.
Yeah.
But I don't think it ever happens in the actual manga or Brotherhood. But it's like, yeah, they tried to bring her back with alchemy. Like I think that's how the homunculus are created, unless that was something that was made up for the first adaptation midway through.
Yeah, there was definitely yeah, they weren't fully fake people though. Like they definitely were people beforehand, if I remember
Chad
right.
is saying how homunculi are born is a major diverging point for the two series, so I guess that probably was made up by the first adaptation. It's such a good idea, though.
No, it was perfect.
That you like get these like devil copies of people when you make the mistake of trying to revive them, essentially. And
Yeah.
it ties multiple plot points together because you already have the plot point of how the show starts, and you already have the plot point of the homunculus existing. So tying those two together as a cause and effect is actually like elegant storytelling.
Right now, I'm feeding people in this
Gone,
town.
rage shot. These guys' names are amazing.
You were making fun of me for my Char's name earlier.
Yeah, it's
God, what was the
lore
name that I was
accurate.
making fun of really hard during World of Warcraft? Was it Malfurion's full name?
Yeah, Malfurion
No.
Stormrage.
I forgot. Mad anger, bad.
Oh, because it's malediction, like fury.
His name is Bad Anger. Bad
Rage.
Anger, Weather Anger. Like it's just like a really dumb name. And there's so many of those in Warcraft. They're amazing. They're so amazingly dumb.
I mean, if it was just Malfurion, I think I'd be okay with it.
This guy really does have a bottomless stomach.
Are you just feeding one man?
Yes! I can't find any other soldiers that want food.
You're just feeding one guy food over and over again.
Yes!
I'm mildly disappointed they haven't programmed it in. That,
Really
like,
funny.
Then after 3 times, they're like, okay, I'm full. Sorry.
Like it
Yeah.
becomes the equivalent of the Solarian that's in Andromeda and Mass Effect 3 that's just like, don't press the button. I said, don't press the button. Here's 75 more dialogue options about don't pressing this button. Like, just for like 10 minutes of dialogue.
I love it when games do that, where it's just like, here's this completely unnecessary thing that we were going to flesh out because of a joke. There was a really annoying guy in Baldur's Gate 1. I don't remember his name, but he would like talk to you. He would like come up and talk to you and then say nothing useful. He was super kind of
just,
infuriating.
Like, stop you in your tracks over and over again.
Yeah, but only like in one area, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But like, he was still this just kind of obnoxious guy. And if you talk to him like X amount of times, he would explode and die.
What?
Yeah. He would explode,
What?
die, and then all of the guards would turn hostile on you.
What?
It was magic.
That's just not very nice.
No, it really wasn't. But it was,
Well-
I don't know, it was fun. I'm trying to think of other related quests like that.
Is there an event right here? Prevent the dredge from constructing a barricade.
We're on completely
oh
different...
crap! There's 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 at finishing the barricade. They must be stopped. Oh crap! They're getting further.
Okay, I'll get outside of the town. Turn up with you guys.
Is there...
Down.
Who is... Oh, Keith is all the way up north, doing a completely different quest.
Yeah, everyone was gathered around here for some reason.
I was just kind of slowly proceeding. Although Shell was with me really recently.
Well, I stopped at that town. That's where I've been feeding people. It's the heart actually,
No,
just
stop
off
building.
of just off the road.
Shell has to force feed literally everyone.
Hey,
She's like, "Is it food related? That's my specialty."
you really enjoyed the fried rice and dumplings
She
I made
made
today.
amazing fried rice today. I had really good. First time I ever had fried rice, it was amazing. Like, it was perfect fried rice, pretty much. And then every time since, I will like order fried rice despite how like comically overpriced it is, and it's always just dry or boring or both. And there's like nothing redeeming about it. And Shell just makes like perfect fried rice offhandedly today, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm never buying that ever again. Our relationship has been a slow, not litany, a slow list of things that I will never ever do again outside of my own home.
Until you just finally just give up on having legs.
Yeah.
I
mean,
don't need these anymore. Chicken fried rice is already here.
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Well, the
now
problem
that I
is
think
she
about
wouldn't
it.
forgive me for that. She really likes my legs.
Oh yeah, yeah. For some reason, it's the only place where he. I mean, okay, so his upper arms have some muscle to them.
I got really...
If you guys want an event, it's right here, and it's in progress, and we're close to losing.
Okay.
Oh, because we have an
event here that
right
we're
here,
doing. Yeah.
Too.
I'll be we'll be up in a second.
Oh, actually, we just finished it.
Oh, I got rewarded for that.
Yeah, you get rewarded for failed ones too.
No, I got rewarded for you guys.
Oh, well, that's probably because you ran past it, ran through it.
At some point. We're just slowly beating off every single dredge that arrives here, and I realized the language I just used. Trying to stop them from finishing the last wave, the last wall chunk.
Yeah,
So you fancy a good mole wank, I get it.
They can't see, so they call it a stranger.
here we are to save the day.
Oh my god, the horde has arrived.
Hi!
Yes.
So, I've run into an unfortunate thing. Revenants don't get a speed boost until, like, way later in the game.
I
So
thought
at
you
this
can
point,
at all.
the murder horde is faster than me. No, I think it's under my elite spec.
Oh.
Yeah.
You will always be covered in the murder hole.
So, like, they preemptively... They're faster than me now. So, like... I will, like, try and get to a thing, and it's dead before I get there. And then they wait to see what I'm going to kill next. And then they go kill it for me, and I'm like, no.
No, stop.
So is this the last segment of wall that we're supposed
Yeah.
to protect?
This is a very close save on our part. Also, it does not help that I have an attack animation that involves winding up a whole hammer and then flinging it slowly.
I think I was probably fine victory-wise because it appears that it's just one guy appearing occasionally.
Yeah, it's like
Very rarely, yeah.
And we just need to keep killing dredge to make the resolve drop to 0. But like when I got here, they were already at 6 out of 10, so I was like, kill the builders, and I was running up and down the wall killing the builders. But
Unless we're supposed to kill dredge up here too. I'm gonna scout over here.
well, not for the mission. For the heart, yes. Not for the
there's
not for the
dredge up
event.
north for the heart.
Okay, I'll come back then.
We mostly just need to make them not get to the wall chunk to finish building it before their resolve drops. There's so many people. Oh my god. How'd this happen? What have we wrought?
I mean, my stream title is Party at Diesa Plateau. It's the party.
So do you cook at all, Keith?
Not really.
Keith's stated goal is to never have to cook. To get a personal butler that cooks for him.
I mean, all I have to do is become obscenely rich and entitled.
Do you think PewDiePie cooks for himself at this point? Or like Notch?
Oh no.
I don't really know what famous people do.
I mean, have you seen photos of where Notch lives?
I saw his like house party and it looked like the
I
most
think
awkward
he lives
thing
in
ever.
some kind of high-rise apartment or something.
Do people just get
No,
catered?
With
Notch
weird
lives-
geometric shapes.
Notch lives in a like multi-million-dollar mansion in like Beverly Hills. Like straight up, I believe it's I believe it is just Beverly Hills. And so when he first bought it, there was actually quite a number of articles about it because it's just like, Notch is buying like a celebrity house? What?
Is this one of those things that would have cost millions upon millions
Yes,
of dollars?
absolutely.
I mean, he is very, very rich.
Yeah, he is obscenely wealthy. He
And
more or
what-
less made the most popular game of 2005 to 2000.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is this
Not far
Minecraft you're
off.
talking about?
Yeah,
then?
Notch,
Yeah.
Notch made
Okay.
Minecraft, and so he then sold it to Microsoft for even more money. So, a dude is like obscenely
This is
wealthy.
a very slow quest.
It is. This is kind of painful.
I
Like,
wonder what their agreement was, if he continues to make any money off of it, or
No,
if Microsoft
he-
just
he-
paid him so much that he's set for life.
he is separated out from Mojang. He doesn't work for them anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So he might work on his own stuff, but Notch never really wanted to be a big developer. He just ended up managing to be a small
He just
developer that
accidentally
made
one of the most popular games ever.
yeah.
Whoops.
And so as a result, he's just like, well, okay, fine. But so like I saw a picture of like his housewarming party or something like that, and there were like famous actors standing around with like Total Biscuit or something, and I was just like, this is weird.
But what famous actors are you referring to? Ones that we would recognize from the movies?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Total Biscuit?
I'm not actually
I
sure
don't
if it was
really
Total
consider-
Biscuit, but it was like
what have I seen him
Just
acting
Total
in?
Biscuit standing next to a cardboard stand-up of Total Biscuit.
You know, I would do that if I ever get like big enough to personally know some of the other larger YouTubers. I will like get a cardboard cutout of
We
them
did it.
and
It's
give it to
over.
them.
We can do anything else now with our time.
Yay!
Oh,
And we
hey,
got
we're
most of
even
the
done
heart
with the heart too. Nice.
Yeah, of course it
Oh,
helps with
I
the
had
heart.
to work for that.
He.
Oh, there's a heart right here.
Oh yeah, there is still that other heart that we have to do.
The undiscovered point of interest.